Start. Good evening, everyone. This is Anitha Santhosh. I'm into Anthurium cut flower floriculture. I'm from Belur Taluk, Hassan district, and we are a coffee planters as well. So my main intention of going for a floriculture is to create an employment for myself. And I started with 500 plants. I bought 500 suckers from Sheshadri, Kanangi, Asha Sheshadri, Kanangi, Shivamogga. So when I met them in 2004, they were already well versed in that. They had mastered that field. So with their contact, somehow I got a right direction of going through growing Anthurium cut flowers in a commercial way. From 2004 to 2006, I slowly started extending. So by 2006, I had gained enough enough confidence where I can go in for a bigger projects. So from 2006, I started taking a loan from the bank. 2006 to 2012, I completed around 5 projects by taking loan from the bank and taking a subsidy from the government. So from 400 from where I started, now I've reached up to around 80,000 plants. This is my journey. Briefly, what I've explained to you of 20 years of journey. Now I'll come into the part of growing. So Anthurium requires around 75% of shade, but not for the throughout the year. You require it during the summer. So we have to filter the shade according to the weather conditions. So in my farm, generally from June to November, we manage with around 25% of shade. And from November to
horticulture department on how to grow Anthurium.
May, it is we maintain around 75% of the shade.
Yeah, Papa, Ramesh and everybody is going to tea. Nanu hoga kasai to Joe's going ante. Thursday and
so now I'm
Friday morning.
Yes, ma'am.
But nan
Now I'm talking about bed making. See what you can see in the picture. We have slightly raised the bed above the ground level, and just that is for the drainage system. And what you can see the slope, the two sides of the bed for the drainage system. Then on the sides, we have given skirting in the shade net. That is shade net skirting is for the good aeration and to hold the coconut shells. Okay. And the shells. Okay, once the bed is ready, the skirting and all is ready, then we have to lay the coconut shells. So around 2 to 3 layer of coconut shells are laid over there. On that, we give a thin layer of coconut husk. And that is a very thin layer so that it is, it supports for the planting the Anthurium plants. Then you can see the other picture where the beds are ready. Yeah, the beds are ready. And once the bed is ready, then we do the irrigation system. So you can see the two laterals, 2 lines of the drip is running on the beds. I generally do 2 lines to cover the complete 100% of the water on the bed. So every 1 meter, you can see the sprinkler over there. So the bed width is around 4 feet, and the pathways what I've given is around 1.5 feet, 1.5 to 2 feet you can give. So the main the intention of doing the mulching for the bed is to avoid the roots getting contact with the soil. This is to avoid any fungal infection. And since we're using the coconut shells as the media to grow anthurium plants, so the easily it gets the termites gets into the shells from the soil. So avoid all this, we use the mulching sheets. Then when I'll come to planting now. Okay, now you can see the video of planting. So I have taken 20 centimeter by 20 centimeter, the distance between the plants. So while planting, it is very, before planting, it's very important. You need to fumigate the beds from any insects or from any fungal infections. After that, you have to moisture the bed very well. So before planting, you have to make, it is important to know the bed is, there's a good moisture in your bed. Then the planting is done. You can see the planting, and one more important thing when you're planting, should see how they're planting. It is on top. You should not plant it too deep inside. So what happens when you plant too deep inside? So the initial stages, the roots will not get enough oxygen and fertilizer, water, and the light. So the growth becomes stagnant. So you don't see such good growth in plants where you have rooted too inside. So you have to plant the plants slightly on top. Okay, next, yeah. See, this is the post planting, what you can see the beds. This is how it looks after 3 months. The first initial 3 months are very critical. You have to really take care of the plants very well. And after planting, for 15 days, we don't give any fertilizer to the plants. So once we see the roots are improving, the plant is improving, then we'll start with the fertigation. So next is what I'm going to talk is about irrigation and fertigation. Okay. So the irrigation, the water management is very important in anthuriums. Before every time when you irrigate the plants, you need to check the moisture in the bed. Then only you can do the irrigation. See, this is what the chart. What you can see is the fertigation chart. This is recommended by Anthora company, Holland. So all my plants are imported from this company. So I follow a lot of their the instructions from their company. So what you can see in A tanks, all the nitrates are there. And in B tank, what you can see, all the sulfates. And along with that, there is iron, there is borax, and the sodium molybdate, all this is are there. The this what the combination is made for the good plant growth and for the good flower production. So we do the concentration of this in 2 tanks, and we keep it ready. And every week we irrigate, give this A tank and B tank, so that all the nutrition is supplied to the plants every week. And this is the food what we give from us to the plant. And this is the only food what we give, and we don't give any compost, any vermicompost. This is the only chemicals, the fertilizer what we supply to the plants. Then it is like how you, when you're growing in the soil, how you maintain the soil health. Here also we have to maintain the EC, pH in the bed. We have to regularly check since we are constantly giving the fertilizers. So we have to check EC has to be below 0.5 and pH has to be 7. This has to be managed. This has to be managed well. Since if all this is imbalanced in the bed, what happens in spite of your regular fertigation, you may not see the good results. So this is very important to maintain EC and pH. In case if you see the EC is very high in your bed, then what you need to wash the beds, you need to stop the fertigation, and you have to give water more regularly than till it balances or till it comes to the normal level. And this go next slide. Okay. So these are the varieties what is running in the market. One is Moments. There's another. This is a fire red, and I have another red called tropical red, and the pistache. These another pink, which it is not displayed in the screen. These are the four fast-moving the varieties on Anthurium cut flowers. And one more thing is very important is you need to regularly prune the plants, where you have to leave only 3 leaves per plant. All the old leaves you need to take out. If you don't take out the old leaves, what happens? It will eat away all your fertilizer and you don't get good flowers. So if you want a good production, you have to keep minimum leaves in a plant. And apart from this AB tank fertigation, I give the spray. I give the regular spray, what you can see on the video. So I give what the zinc and all, you can't give it in a drip irrigation. So all those you need to supply through giving micronutrients to the plants. So this is done once in a month. So we do one round of micronutrient spray and one round of the fungal infection, fungal for the fungal attack, and we mix even the insecticide along with that spray. So we do 2 sprays in a month. This is like you have a problem or you don't have a problem. You need to regularly do the fungicide and insecticide spray every month. The harvesting. So next is about so you see the Anthurium, what video you're seeing, it's my packing video. The plant. Okay. So the Anthurium, once you plant, it takes a year to flower. But once it flowers throughout the year. It is like not like other horticulture crop or floriculture crop. So you have the production throughout the year, but it varies according to the weather conditions. Like in my farm, from June to around November, it's a peak stage of production, I say. From the December till March, it drops by 40%. Then from March to I think May, it picks up, it reaches up to 75. Then from June, it comes back to normal stage. So there is, the flower moving throughout the year. Okay, then now I'm going to talk about the harvesting and the marketing. So the harvesting videos. So harvesting, it is you have to. It's very important. Every time when you harvest, you have to disinfect your scissors, so that that is the main where you spread the infection. You don't disinfect your scissors, and while harvesting, there is a proper stage for harvesting. Uh, like you can go back to previous thing. Okay. Okay. See, you see the block is full of Anthurium flowers, but you cannot harvest all the flowers at a time. So you need to check for the matured flowers. So what you can see in the picture is all the matured flowers. So you have to cut only the matured flowers there. So for the next, for once you harvest, for the next set of flowers to cut, it takes another 4 to 5 days. It is not like Anthurium you harvest every day. In our block, once you harvest, the next set of flowers to be ready, it takes around 5 to 6 days. Still last. On this, yeah. See, this what you can see is the flowers are harvested. So once we harvest, it goes in for a cleaning, and we remove all the damaged flowers, stained, chemical stained flowers, and all we remove all that. Then after cleaning, it goes for grading. So grading, we have 6 kinds of grading here, like mini, small, medium, large, and extra large. And all that we have a recommended measurements for each grading. So accordingly, we grade and we separate all the flowers into different sizes. Then after that, it goes into packing. See, this is where the flowers are kept ready for packing. So each bucket has the same size of flowers. So you can see the first what the water pack is done. See here the water. See here the first the water packing is done here. Then from that then we have to put a PP cover to the flower. Next. Okay, we put a PP cover to each flower when we pin it. Then it goes into the boxes, and each sizes goes into different boxes. Like medium in one box and small flowers in one box, and medium around 50 flowers in a box, and small is around 80 flowers in a box. Say large 40, like different sizes for different quantities, and it has a different pricing. So when we do the packing, we strictly take care of the quality. If there is any small scratch also, we reject the flowers, and we see to it the presentation is done very well. I mean, the they're sticking the thing, might. You can see how it is neatly stuck to all the flowers, because how we send it to the florist, the flowers retains almost for 8 days in a box. So once we dispatch the flowers, the florist has 8 days of time to market those flowers. And if the presentation has to be good, because it's directly exported or directly marketed to the customer from these boxes. So compared to other floriculture crops, actually Anthurium packing is quite tedious, because it requires a lot of laborers and skill. You require skilled laborers, and which is very time consuming. The packing is the most difficult part of growing Anthurium cut flowers. Okay, this was my experience about growing and packing flowers, and thank you so much. Does anyone has any questions or anything to ask me? You can feel free to question me.
Thank you very much, ma'am, for a wonderful presentation. I will take up the questions from the participants now. In the
Okay.
meantime, can you please stop sharing the screen so that we can see your full video?
Okay.
Yeah, this is fine. Thank you. I'll go on to the questions now. The first question is, what
Okay.
are the key factors for successful Anthurium cut flower cultivation?
What are the?
Key factors.
Okay. So as I said, the experience matters, and the cleanliness, and whatever I spoke about the fertigation management, and the water management, and the light management, everything matters.
Okay. Are there
And
any specific soil requirement to consider when growing Anthurium as a cut flower?
so I explained to you the initial stages that we don't use soil at all. So we use
Okay.
those mulching sheets to avoid the root getting contact with the soil. So it is only grown with the coconut shells. That is
Okay.
why to supply the nutrients, we use this. I shared the fertigation chart also, no, on my talk.
Okay. I'll take up the next question. What are the main challenges in pest control for Anthurium cut flower cultivation?
There are many actually. That is why. So if we have problem or we don't have problems, so we do that spray every month. In spite of that, if we see any note, any insect attack, we need to do the sprays again. So, but compared to other crop, with Anthurium doesn't have much insect attacks actually, since it is grown under protected cultivation. It's inside the polyhouse. And over that, during winter, because we do a lot of fogging and to maintain that humidity, inside the polyhouse. So there are a lot of chance of getting pest attack. So all the precautions you need to take.
Okay. How long does it typically take for Anthurium cut flowers to reach maturity?
Around 7 days.
7 days.
So that is why I explained in a one block, when you harvest a flower, it takes for the next set of flowers to be ready. It takes around 5 to 6 days.
Okay.
So like any other crop, you cannot harvest every day in a same block.
Okay. I move on to the next question. Are there particular varieties of Anthurium that are well suited for cut flower production?
Yeah, the varieties I showed you on the screen, like this tropical red is doing very well. That is the main flower red color. There are moments, and there is a pistache, and there is a midori, and there is santer oil. It's a pink color. Yeah, there are few. Initially, what we did, we went for a lot of bicolors and colorful flowers. So now we are growing only what is there high demand in the market.
Okay.
So the
And
whatever the
is it
variety, 3, 4 variety I showed you, which has moving very fast in the market.
okay? What is the recently? What is the approximate market price of each sapling?
Market price is like I told you that there are 6 kind of grading what we do: mini, small, medium, large, and extra large, jumbo. So each size has a different pricing. From where mini it starts around 9 rupees, 8 rupees to 9 rupees. It goes up to 30 to 33 rupees, the jumbo. So on an average, we can say we get around 20 to 23 rupees per flower.
Okay. I'll take up the next question. Can you highlight the key nutrients essential for Anthurium cut flower growth?
I displayed the chart, no, fertigation chart.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has all the details in it.
Okay. And
So in
the
case
next-
if somebody is not growing it commercially, if they want to grow it in the pot, they can use 19 all.
Okay. What post-harvest care tips should be followed to ensure the longevity of Anthurium cut flowers?
It is actually it stays per the weather conditions. So monsoon we generally it stays for 15 days. 15 days it stays very fresh. So during monsoon it goes up to 20 days. It is just that you need to keep in a water. Environment has to be good, and you have to keep trimming that the stem of the plant, no? So it's they say it stays for long.
Okay. Can you tell us about yourself, your background, and how did you get interested in this particular field?
I'm a BA graduate. I studied in St. Agnes, Mangalore. My education has no connection with my profession at all. As I explained in the beginning, this floriculture, I got into floriculture because, I want to create an employment for myself. So, we live in a small village. We have very less opportunities. So in whatever opportunity we have, I thought this is the, best thing to start. It is a flower and, I like growing flowers along with it's like a passion and it is like made it as my profession also.
Okay. How long you have been into this cultivation?
20 years, yeah.
20 years.
From 2004, now it is 2024, yeah, almost 20 years.
Okay, that's very nice. I have completed the queries from our members. I see some people logged in Zoom also. If participants have any questions, they can post it in the chat window. Anybody have any questions? I don't think so. Okay, I think we can conclude, ma'am. Anything you would like to add on, ma'am?
I would like to thank the agricultureinformation.com for giving me opportunity to share my knowledge with the public. And thank you so much, ma'am.
Most welcome, ma'am. We have now completed the round of questions on behalf of agricultureinformation.com. We'd like to thank Ms. Anitha Santhosh for the talk and for answering the questions. I'd like to also thank all the participants in this meeting. This meeting will now be closed.